Hello, I'm Captain Christopher Dong of the 1st Space Operations Squadron at Schriever Air Force Base. Today, I'd like to pitch the idea of an Integrated Space Common Operating Picture, or COP. The COP will display the real-time positions and status of satellites operated by all of the space squadrons. It'll provide the user proper situational awareness of not only satellites in space, but also of the ground segment, displaying communication links and ground tracks. I think the recent re-establishment of the United States Space Command as a unified combatant command highlights the importance and attention on space as the ultimate high ground. Now, more than ever, it is imperative to maintain the situational awareness of the Air Force's space assets in a multi-domain operational environment.
When I was at the 460th Space Wing at Buckley Air Force Base, I used Squadron Innovation Funds to build a COP that shows real-time positions of the space-based infrared systems, constellation of satellites, ground stations, and sensor coverage, among other features to accurately depict space-based missile warning. The predicted locations of the satellites, hours and days into the future, allow crews to step up their mission planning by determining which satellites can be tasked for imminent missile launches. In order to make this COP easy to use for an operator, I overlaid a simple Microsoft Excel sheet with pre-selected options on top of the underlying code that generates the COP. With the press of a single button, a user can import an entire constellation of satellites and play the scenario in real time. This idea was so well received that it was presented at the Corona conference in June. I'd like to extend a similar concept for the 50th Space Wing's satellite systems before expanding the concept to all Air Force satellites. With a space COP encompassing multiple constellations and missions, the 50th Space Wing, 14th Air Force, and Air Force Space Command commanders, as well as all members dependent on space, will benefit from increased situational awareness of all segments in a multi-domain operational environment spanning from the user, ground, communications, and space status.
The space COP development will be divided into two parts. The first part is the actual development of the COP, which should be relatively straightforward, with the second part being the creation of a single network to host the COP, which is the segment that I foresee as being the hardest part. The COP would be based on mostly commercial software that has been used in the space industry worldwide for years, and members who can code will develop plugins that can integrate everything together. As proven through the Squadron Innovation Fund project, this is something that I believe is highly feasible.
The network that houses the COP must be at the highest classification and be able to pull data from each individual ground system, while at the same time have no transmission capability to all of the ground systems, as to avoid any classification spills.
A space COP is a project that I've been pursuing for a long time, and I believe is something that will only provide increased capability and help the Air Force maintain space superiority. With your help, I'm confident we can turn this into a reality and be at the forefront of technology development for the United States Air Force and the United States Space Command. Thank you.